Okay, this is the third and final part of section 6.4. We're going to talk about factoring the sum and difference of two perfect cubes. So a perfect cube is like a perfect square, except instead of the things being squared, they're cubed, so raised to the third power. So if we have a cubed plus b cubed, that factors into a plus b. Notice we have the same signs here. We have plus and plus. And then after the a plus b, we have a squared minus ab plus b squared. And that is the opposite sign before the second term in that factor. So factoring the difference of two cubes, if we have a cubed minus b cubed, that factors into quantity a minus b times the quantity a squared plus ab plus b squared. So if you notice in this one, the sign in our difference that we start with is the same as the sign in between the terms in the first factor and the opposite sign between the first and second terms in the second factor. So how does this work in practicality? Well, if we look at number 11, we have x cubed minus 216. So we know that our a is x, right? Because we have an x cubed, so if we're cubing something, it's got to be the x. What is our b? Well, if we look at 216 and we go to our handy dandy table up here of perfect cubes, we discover that 216 is 6 cubed. So that means our b is 6. So to factor x cubed minus 216, we start with a minus b. So a is x and b is 6, and we're subtracting them because we started with a subtraction in our original problem, and so the signs are the same in the first parentheses. Now in the second parentheses, it's a squared, so that's x squared. Now the sign is the opposite from the one in our first parentheses here, so plus. We multiply a times b to get our middle term. So a is x and b is 6. If we multiply them together, we just get 6x. And then our third term is b squared, so plus 6 squared is 36. And we're done. That's as far as that goes. So what about number 12? In number 12, well, we have an x cubed, that's good. Is 27 a perfect cube? Well, if we go to our chart, yes it is. 27 is 3 cubed, so our a is 3x. And our b is 4, because, again from the chart, 4 cubed is what gives us that 64. So when we factor, we have a, which is 3x. Sign stays the same here, so plus b, which is 4, times a squared. So we have to be careful here. So our a squared is 3x, whole thing squared. Minus, because the signs are opposite. So minus a times b, so 4 times 3x. Yes, I know I wrote b times a, but that's okay. We can multiply numbers in any order. And then plus b squared, so plus a 4 squared. So let's clean that up now. So we have 3x plus 4. Remember, if we have two things multiplied together and their product is raised to the power, we have to apply this 2 not only to the x, but also to the 3. So 3 squared is 9, and then x squared is just x squared, minus 4 times 3x is 12x, plus 4 squared is 16. And that is our final answer. So, the other thing I want to caution you about is, for right now, factoring the sum or difference of two cubes is just a formula you're going to have to memorize. So if you need to, use flashcards, whatever memorization techniques work for you. If you go on to college algebra, you will learn another way to do this problem without having to memorize the formula. But these crop up frequently enough that it's good to have it memorized anyway, because it saves a lot of time in the long run.